Everybody, what's going on? It's your boy Mr. Body coming to you live, conversations with Mr. Body here on this beautiful Friday afternoon, right? And so what is today? Today is Fit Friday, Flex Friday, Fun Friday, Friday for a lot of you out there, right? And so listen, what we're going to be talking about today is, why you want to strength train. Strength training is important, right? In able to create the results that you're looking for. So we're going to be talking about strength training. That's what we're going to be talking about today, right? And strength training and weight training are essentially the same thing. You just got to understand that it's just a word switch, right? Because when you're weight training, it is strength training. Strength training is when you're building, right, your muscles. You want to be able to build your muscles. Listen, let me tell you, there are so many benefits of strength training, and I'm not going to go into all of the details of strength training, right? I can't give you all of the details, but I'm going to give you a few benefits of why you want to strength train. And with that being said, I want you to go Google benefits of strength training, right? Because you may not realize all of the different benefits that strength training has towards your goals and why you might be missing out on creating some of the results that you're looking for because you are not strength training or strength training effectively. So I'm going to give you some tips on benefits on why you should strength train, but also I want to give you some tips on how you can strength train more effectively so that you can see the results that you want to, right? Because listen, nobody wants to be frustrated, right? Nobody wants to be frustrated. I don't want you to be frustrated. And listen, as a 19-year certified personal trainer, my passion is to be able to help you reduce your frustration and to be able to dominate your results, right? And how do you do that? You got to reshape your mindset so that you can reshape your body. Because listen, I'm going to tell you like this, getting results is not as hard as you think. I know you may be looking at me sideways right now and feel like, what is this guy even talking about? But I'm here to share with you that getting results is not as hard as you think. Keeping the results is the challenge. Why? Because you got to shift your mindset in order to be able to sustain and keep yourself going even after you feel like you've gotten your results, right? And I use the air quotes because guess what? We can always get better. And if you're not continuously strength training, if you're not continuously eating better, if you're not continuously doing your cardio, the results that you are currently have will slowly start to disappear when you wake up one day and feel like, how did I get here? Right? Put a one in the comment box if you're like, man, that was me. That was my story. I woke up one day and I didn't understand how I got here. But let's go benefits of strength training. One, it helps you to build lean muscle. And strength training is this. You can use weights, whether it's machines, whether it's free weights, dumbbells, kettlebells, resistance bands, body weighted. I mean, I can keep going on and on about that, but it's any exercise that is going to help you to build your lean muscle. And so strength training helps you build lean muscle. If you didn't know, the more lean muscle tissue you have, the more calories you burn at rest. Let me say this again. The more lean muscle tissue you have, the more calories you burn at rest. And so what does that mean? That means that it simplifies your journey in creating some results. Not that it's going to be easy, right? It's not easy, but it's going to simplify, right? And so, there's the age-old debate about it's easier for men to lose weight and get results than it is for women. And that's not entirely true, right? And why I say that, and I know, ladies, I know you're probably looking at me sideways like, what are you talking about? You a guy, that's why. Well, look, I've run body transformation challenges. I've run weight loss challenges for many years. And guess what? Women are the ones that are winning these challenges, even though there's guys in it. And at the beginning, some of the women were like, oh man, well, how are we going to compete against the guys? It's easier, blah, blah, blah. Here's the difference, right? Most women, and not all, right? But a lot of women, when they're wanting to lose weight, what are they going to do? Hit the cardio, go get on a Stairmaster, go get on a treadmill. What do most men do? Go hit the dumbbells, go hit the barbells, go hit the machines, right? And so they're building lean muscle. And so in building that lean muscle, they're burning more calories at rest and they are dropping that body fat because they're increasing their muscle and they're tightening their body, right? And so because strength training is a little bit more effective at dropping body fat, along with nutrition, right? We can't get away from nutrition because nutrition is 80% of it, then cardio. Because truth be told, a lot of people don't realize that your heart rate needs to be in a specific range in order for your cardiovascular activity to burn fat. And so some of you out there, a lot of you, truth be told, are doing cardio wrong and you're actually losing muscle, and you lose more muscle, especially if you're not doing strength training, right? And so one of the reasons why it looks like it's easier for men is because they're hitting the weights, they're doing the strength training. So ladies, get in your strength training. Just because you're lifting weights doesn't mean that you're going to look like a man. You got to put in some real work in order to potentially get there. Plus, you don't have enough testosterone for all of that, right? But with that being said, when you strength train, you also want to challenge yourself. Challenging and heavy are not the same thing. I'm going to say this again. Challenging and heavy are not the same thing. Your strength training workouts should always be challenging. The reason that you're at a plateau is because you've stopped challenging yourself, or I should say that you got to a point where your body has adjusted to the challenge that you initially gave it in your workouts, and then you didn't decide to make an adjustment, right? And so when you don't adjust and your body has adapted to the challenge and it's no longer challenging, it's not going to create new results for you. And so if you want to continuously see results, if you want to continuously get new results, you got to continuously challenge yourself. How do you do that? You got to increase the weight that you're using. Just because you increase the weight that you're using doesn't mean that you're going to be bulky or look like a bodybuilder. It means that you're stronger, and so you need to do things that are more challenging to compete with your strength. The easiest example that I use is when you think about school and education, right? Every grade, the work is supposed to get more challenging. And I say supposed to because sometimes it feels like it doesn't if you're a pretty smart person, right? But every grade, the work gets more challenging, right? Why? Because your mind is growing, your mind is stronger, your mind is better. And so they got to give you more challenging work. The same thing needs to be applied when you're doing your strength training. As you go through the weeks, right? Whatever weight you're using, if you're using some 10-pound dumbbells, listen, in a few weeks, you should be going to 12s, going to 15s, going to 20, and it doesn't matter the exercise. It matters that you're challenging yourself. Here's a rule of thumb. If you're looking to drop some weight, tone, define, right? You want to be in the 15 range, 12 to 15 rep range. If you get to 15 reps of any exercise and whatever weight you're using, you feel like you can do more repetitions, it's too light. When you go into the high rep range, right, and not that high reps is wrong or bad or not going to help you with your weight loss or toning and defining, but high reps is more for muscular endurance. Right? It's a different type of training. It's good to mix it up in there, but if you're looking to really tone and define and get tight and right, you want to be in that 12 to 15 rep range, and you need to challenge yourself through those 12 to 15 reps. You don't want to make it easy for you because you don't want to be sore. Listen, soreness means new results is coming. Soreness means new results is coming. So many people assume that fit folks, right? We don't understand the struggle because we don't get sore. Message, we are sore all the time. In fact, if we do a workout and we're not sore within the first 24 to 48 hours, we are upset because we know we cheated ourselves. We know we shortchanged ourselves during that workout. I'm going to tell you a secret. Advanced fitness folks don't have a rep range. Why? Because they don't want to waste any sets. And so they make sure that each set they go until they can't go anymore, which is AKA calling a set to failure. Why? Because if they choose a weight that just happens to be too light, they want to make sure that they get the full extent of their muscle usage and they go until they can't do anymore. That's advanced stuff. Don't jump there yet. You just want to get started that you're making sure that you're challenging yourself, right? Here's your next tip. Start to vary your strength training. Stop doing the same 5 exercises. I'm going to say this again. Stop doing the same 5 exercises. Matter of fact, stop doing the same exercises every time you go to the gym, or every week you repeat the same thing every Monday, every Wednesday, every Friday. You got to start mixing and matching it up so that you get the best results possible, because guess what? All of the areas of your body, right? All of your muscle groups have different muscle fibers, and it takes specific movement in order to work it. I'm gonna show you an example, right? Listen, if I was on the bench press like this and I'm going like this, guess what? It's working specific muscles in my chest. If I change my hand placement to this and I start going like this, it's working different muscle fibers in my chest, which is going to produce a better looking chest. That goes for every area of your body. And so if you're sticking with the same couple of exercises, you got to start to increase your knowledge of how your exercises work. And how do you do that? You start to learn. Maybe you got to invest in somebody, a trainer or coach that can help you, right? Or you can go Google and do some research and start trying to figure out, or ask somebody in the gym or wherever you are, because you're cheating yourself in producing the results when you limit the exercises that you're doing because your body requires more. When you look at the fitness folks and you're like, how do they change their body? How do they get their body to look like this? Because they're not limiting themselves, right? And so that's your next tip. You got to make sure that you have a wide variety. If you haven't used every single machine in the gym, you're shortchanging yourself. I promise you, I've used every machine in the gym. And when they come out with a new machine and I go to a gym and I see it, I want to try it out. Why? Because I know that it's going to be hitting my muscle fibers a little bit differently. You got to start getting creative. Don't just get stuck with doing leg day and chest day and back day. Combine some things. Get some total body days in there. Get two muscle groups in there. Get 3 muscle groups in there. Do upper, do lower. You got to start mixing and matching it up if you want the best results possible. When it comes to strength training, I'm telling you, not only is it going to help you to burn more calories and NASH, not only is it going to increase your muscle, right, but it's also going to get you the ability to just have a better quality of life. Strength training has so many benefits to you, right? It's going to simplify your journey. It's going to get you to the point where, you have that look and that feel that you want, right? Because here, truth of the matter is, it's not necessarily the weight that's going to adjust how your body looks, right? It's your body fat percentage. And so when you start to increase your lean muscle and you start to decrease your body fat, you can actually have 2 people that are the same height, same weight, same age, same sex, and their bodies look completely different based on the body fat percentage of each of them, right? And so what I'm sharing with you is that sometimes you might think you got to lose X amount of pounds. And it's not necessarily that it's X amount of pounds. You just might have some body fat that you need to lose in order to be able to have that look that you want. Because unfortunately, you could drop the weight that you think it is and still not look how you want to look if you haven't increased your muscle and decreased your body fat. But the best and most effective way in creating your results is A, getting your nutritional habits in check, right? B, right? Getting a good strength training program that's going to help you get your results. And then C, making sure that you're also getting in your cardiovascular activity. But if I had to choose between cardio and strength training is more important towards creating your results. Strength training is more important. And so if you're not doing strength training, start it. If you're doing it, but you're not seeing results, figure it out and say, okay, well, maybe I need to make it more intense. Maybe I need to increase my weights. Maybe I need to shorten my rest time. There's so much that I could talk about, but I don't want to go too far because y'all got to ask for some help. And I want to give you a little bit to start to adjust where you don't try to adjust everything, right? Last tip, stop trying to change everything all together at once because that's not sustainable. Gradually make adjustments so that it can become your new lifestyle so that not only do you get the results that you want, but you can keep them, right? It's your boy, Mr. Body, and I'm out of here. If you got some value in this video, feel free to hit the share button, tag somebody that needs to hear this message, invite somebody to come and watch this video so that they can get the same value that you just got and have an awesome and powerful day and go out there and dominate your